Piers Morgan is getting the boot at CNN. His show, of course, replaced Larry King's after 3 years, I think it's been now. They decided they're going to pull the plug. And the reason is the dude had horrific ratings. In my opinion, he was this big-time mixed bag. Sometimes he was spot on. Sometimes he was terrible. And sometimes he pulled the classic CNN false equivalence where, you give equal credit to both sides and say, well, both sides always are equally guilty and equally innocent, so I don't know, it just is what it is. But to show you how bad his ratings are, he was pulling in less than 50,000 viewers in the key demographic last week. I mean, that's so bad. That's so bad. I mean, there's really no comparison here because they're such vastly different outlets, but it does give you some context. YouTube.com/SecularTalk, our YouTube channel, pulls in between 40 and 45,000 views a day. So we're almost competing with Piers Morgan in primetime on CNN, which is bananas. So here's a funny compilation from his show.
So would you agree with Michelle Bartman that we should maybe repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell? You should restore that?
I'm not talking about policies. I'm not running for office. Ask Michelle Bachmann what she thinks. Ask the candidates who are running for office what they think.
Why are you being so weird about this?
I'm not being weird about this, Pierce. I'm not being weird. You're being a little rude.
I'm baffled as to why you think I'm being... I think I'm being rather charming and respectful. I'm just asking you questions based on your own public statements and now what you've written in your own book. It's hardly rude to ask you that, surely.
Well, don't you think as a host, if I say this is what I want to talk about, that's what we should address?
Not really, no. You're a politician.
Yeah, okay, I'm being pulled away.
Just common sense. You're a common sense guy.
I am a common sense guy.
You genuinely think...
But remember...
Wait a minute, let me ask you. You genuinely believe millions of Americans wake up in their late teens normally and go, you know what, I quite fancy being a homosexual. You don't believe that?
Piers.
Do you?
All over Europe there have been mass murders. The solution is for people to be able to defend themselves at the point of the crime and not wait for 20 minutes for the police to come after everybody's dead.
Mr. Pratt, was an absolute lie. The gun murder rate in countries like Britain or Germany or Australia, who've all suffered massacres many years ago of similar nature, they are 35 people killed a year. Your country is 12,000.
Your murder rate is lower than ours. That is true.
Lower? It's 35 against 12,000. Why do you want to deport me?
1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. The Republic will rise again. Why don't you come to America? I'll take you out shooting. You can become an American and join the Republic. Do you understand? To ask me some little factoid. How many great white sharks?
No, how many...
kill people every year, but they're scared to swim. How many chimpanzees can dance on the head of a pin? There's no metal shark in the water. Have me back with a boxing ring in here, and I'll wear red, white, and blue, and you can wear your Jolly Roger.
Alex.
Suicide pills. I can speak in this accent as well.
Yeah.
Mass murder pills.
Okay. Where are you going? You're leaving?
Well, I was supposed to be speaking at the Republican Women's Club at 6 o'clock, and I chose to... be a little late for that, not to be, not to endure a rude talk show host, but to talk to you about my book and to talk about the issues that I address in my book. Have you read the book?
Yes, but these issues are in your book. That's my point. Yeah. You do talk about them.
Okay. All right, are we off? Are we done?
He's still there.
I'm not. I'm still here.
He says he still wants to talk to you.
Well...
It would appear that the interview has just been ended.
I honestly don't understand why you would rather have people be victims of a crime than be able to defend themselves. It's incomprehensible.
You're an unbelievably stupid man, aren't you?
Hey, man, looking back at those clips, I guess it wasn't as bad as, the initial gut reaction makes you think it is. But, here's the thing. You give him credit for gay rights. He was really good on that issue. And I give him credit. I know a lot of my listeners disagree with me on this, but I give him credit for he was one of the few people on TV that actually brought up the gun statistics, the gun facts, the studies that were overwhelming that said gun policy in the U.S. is insane. So he gets credit on those two issues. Other than that, he was just very vanilla, and he couldn't connect with the audience. He didn't have the entertainment value. He didn't have the style. He couldn't grab the ratings. But I wouldn't worry too much if I was Piers, because he's getting off of a sinking ship. I mean, Jeff Zucker is historically bad at his job, and CNN is guaranteed to make even worse decisions going here on out, in my opinion.